from the Coca-Cola racing family to yours. Gentlemen, start your engines.
Hello race fans and welcome. That sound you hear is the call to arms to a race that has been delayed but cannot be killed off, and tonight we finally get in our running of the 2015 NASCAR Turn 8 200 here from the brand new custom built Manston Raceway, an exciting half mile in the countryside of Kent built on an old airfield. It's ready to see some fighter combat tonight between the stars of the NASCAR Xfinity series, veterans, young stars alike, brought to you tonight by Turn 8 Racing, MR Photography and Race Gear UK. Let's run down the starting grid for tonight's race then. 15 laps will be going, and it's Kyle Larson on the pole in a Sprint Cup lockout on the front row. Fans won't be too happy with that. They'll want to see the Xfinity stars up there, but can anyone beat the all-star duo of Larson and Logano? Eric Jones and Darrell Wallace Jr. are the guys leading the charge in the Xfinity regulars, with Jones himself tasting some Cup experience this year, substituting for the suspended Matt Kenseth. It's the outgoing Xfinity Series champion Chase Elliott on the inside of row 3, on the outside of his outgoing teammate Regan Smith in the number 7 car, who look for pastures new next year after this race. Row 4 sees Brian Scott leading the RCR charge. They were disappointing in qualifying. They'll have picked it up a little bit more by final practice, and on his outside is the promising Mexican superstar Daniel Suarez. On row 5 it's Ty Dillon in the number 3, and on the outside is Jeffrey Earnhardt, making his second appearance in Britain in 2015 after an all-star cameo at the Euro NASCAR American Speedfest. And off the final row, it's the promising youngster Ben Rhodes in the number 88 for JR Motorsports, and Brendan Gaughan rounds out this 12-car field, ready to make some noise in Manston. Here we go. The weather's holding off for now. Let's bring the noise! And Kyle Larson immediately jumps up to his favourite high side. Look at him up there, right up against the wall. But it's Joey Logano who's taking the early lead. Now Eric Jones looking for second on the low side. And you see immediately the multi-groove nature of this Manston Raceway. So multi-groove, they're going 3 wide. I don't think there was that much room. Jones looking down on the inside. And that was inevitable in the end. They were getting a bit too feisty early on. And Joey Logano pays the penalties. We're under caution at lap 4. And you just see there, Jones was squeezing down on the inside. I think Logano was trying to squeeze him down. And in the end, Logano got up towards the wall. And Larson had nowhere to go. That was not his fault. And you can see at the back there, 2 cars actually involved in a separate wreck of their own. That's Brian Scott, who I think got into the back of Regan Smith as they were all checking up. So those 2 cars in the wall. And I think Logano is still good to keep going, though. But no one's good to go at the moment because the rain has returned. This is one of the big reasons why this race has been postponed already multiple times. The rain is back. Hopefully, cross your fingers, not for too long. We'll be able to get the rest of this race in tonight. Anytime now. Come on. Oh, please. Please go away. Yes. The engines are refired. The Jet Titans have been out there drying off the racetrack, and we will be able to get the final few laps of this race in. We have had a lot of problems with weather, but we'll be able to finally finish the Turn 8 200. But 2 cars that won't are Brian Scott and Regan Smith, both of them 2 damaged after getting caught up in that wreck. Let's get ready to restart then, a lap 11 of 15, and it's Eric Jones leading the way, and immediately Kyle Larson goes right up to the high side, making it 3 wide in 1 and 2. Daniel Suarez lays the bumper to Chase Elliott. Look at that, that was a power move from the young Mexican star. He had a tough start to life in the Xfinity Series, but now he's mixing it with the best. Look at that, very nice move, moves him up the track, well done. Coming to 2 laps to go now. Bubba Wallace on the inside of Eric Jones. Larson up on the high side. A little bit of a bumper there. They're still 3 wide. Is Larson going to drive around the outside of all of them? Yes, he is. That's a magnificent move. And as they take the white flag, can anyone stop Larson? It's not going to be Brendan Gaughan, I'll tell you that for nothing. And Eric Jones puts the bumper to Bubba Wallace. He's not going to get there. Kyle Larson takes his 3rd career NASCAR Xfinity Series victory. What a way to win it as well. Look at this. A little bit of bump and banging on the back straight with 2 to go. And look at Larson just drive it in there. He'd been working that high line all night, round the outside of both Wallace and Jones in 1 move. That is extraordinary. And as they come through 1 and 2, you can see Wallace and Jones still banging on each other. Should they have focused on the leaders? I'm not sure what happened to Brendan Gaughan. I think he got turned around back in the field. But you see there, Jones lays the bumper to Bubba Wallace. He passes for second, but he just ran out of time in the end. He may have had something for Larson, but we'll never know. Larson, in the end, takes a commanding victory and an awesome performance from the number 42 Ineos Chevrolet. And in the end, I don't think you can say anything about Cup dominance. I think Kyle Larson earned it no matter what series he races in. You have to tip your hat to that. That was a mighty fine performance tonight in difficult conditions. He takes the victory in the Turn 8 200, his third career NASCAR Xfinity Series victory, coming off the back of his victory at Homestead at the end of this year. Eric Jones finishes second at the end, a great run for the number 20 team. Bubba Wallace third, he'll be frustrated with that. He could have had a chance to win, but it all got pretty hectic at the end there. And fourth, a good one overall for Joe Gibbs, his man Daniel Suarez in the number 18, just ahead of Chase Elliott in the number 9, who fended off a resurgent Joey Logano. That's a great charge from Joey, back up from 12th up to 6th in the closing laps. Ty Dillon 7th then, and Ben Rhodes in the number 88, 8th. 9th for the number 5 of Jeffrey Earnhardt, and 10th for Brendan Gaughan, who got turned around late in the going. Regan Smith and Brian Scott failing to finish. You can tell Kyle Larson enjoyed that, can't you? I hope you all did as well at home. This has been the 2015 NASCAR Turn 8 200. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Have a happy new year. We'll see you on the other side.